Greetings and welcome to New Things Ministries Monday noon devotion. Here we are, Monday noon devotion, and I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us. This week, we will celebrate the 4th of July. 4th of July has come to mean so much to this nation. We are 250 years old. That's pretty young for a nation. When you think back that how this nation came about and what makes this nation so great. I'm so thankful that God allowed me to be born here in America. I'm grateful to God and proud to be an American. But I know that it's by the grace of God that we are what we are, where we are, and that we are 250 years old as a nation. But the primary reason we are is because of the way that we began and the way that we've held it together through the years by being under God. And to change that is detrimental to us and for us. If it were not for our Christian, Judeo Christian beliefs and principles that this nation was founded upon, and you can say what you want. If you go back to the beginning and go back to our forefathers, you will see that it was the Judeo Christian principles that this nation was founded upon. And we have held to for the most part through the years. Today in our devotion, though brief, I want us to look at great leaders are great servants. Great leaders are actually great servants. Listen to what Mark says in chapter 10, verses 43 through 45. Whoever desires to become great among you shall be your servant. And whoever of you desires to be first shall be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Ladies and gentlemen, take that to heart. Jesus, God, Jesus, the Son of God, did not come to be served. He came to serve and to give his life as a ransom, to pay your sin debt, my sin debt. Leadership is the focus, not only today, but of tomorrow and the days to come. We have leadership coaches, we have leadership conferences, we have leadership networks, books, podcasts, and on the list goes. Everywhere we turn, the world seems desperate for great leaders, quality leaders. But is it possible that we could be in great need of something else? The real secret of leadership, Jesus asked the question, who is the greatest among you? And then he turned to a little child. You see, the greatest among us, the greatest leader, the greatest servant is the one who is willing to be servant. The greatest leader is willing to be servant. He's willing to serve. And so ironically, what we have to understand is that people aren't great in and of themselves. They're only great when they become a servant. In today's passage, Jesus taught his disciples the true nature of effective leadership. That is to be a servant. That is to have the mind of a servant. That's to have the heart of a servant. Unlike leaders who dominate their subordinates through power, money, authority, Jesus called us, his followers, to cultivate the heart of a servant. We must first learn to serve others rather than to expect to be served. The great purpose of Jesus' ministry was serving and suffering. Serving and suffering go together. The cross of Calvary is such. The cross of Calvary is the point. The cross of Calvary is the illustration to save us from sin. That's what Jesus did. He came to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. If we were to ask the Lord to show us true commitment, what might he direct us to? I think he probably would point to the illustration of holding his arms outstretched like this, just like he did when he went to the cross. Ask God to open our eyes today. Ask God to open your eyes to the various needs around you. Who might benefit from your outstretched arms today? Could it be an elderly neighbor? Maybe a single mom? Maybe a struggling coworker? In any case, ask God to open our eyes to the needs around us and the fact of how you can impact your community, your neighborhood, your family, those around you. Because everyone wins when you serve. You are greatest when you serve. It takes a great servant to be a great leader. Great leaders are great servants. God bless you today.